So, I just got done with Arslan Senki, and I must say, this was very interesting. This was a very interesting first episode, actually. The ideology between these two characters is going to be something I'm really looking forward to when they clash and try to, prove their points on each side. This is one of the things I'm really interested on, and just this world is interesting. And I'm curious how she's going to like deal with these kind of issues that we have in said world. I mean, we're in a time of 317, which is or 320 because there's a 3 year time skip at the end of this episode. But we back in the way back time, slavery was just running rampant and everything of that nature and everything like that. And we have the main character, Arslan, is part of he's noble blood, and he's in a kingdom that is prospering. It's just everything's going really, really well. They just had a war not too long ago, helping their allies win. They dominated the other side and actually even end up taking slaves back to their kingdom and everything to either make them slaves or kill them, of course. So they ended up taking them, and yeah, all of them got killed besides this one kid that ended up escaping later on. But this kid actually ends up taking Arslan, and they had this whole thing, which is where we get this like these two clash of ideologies, which is interesting. And basically, this kid that we see that got captured, his place is religious, very religious, and if you don't believe they're God, you're pretty much their enemy, and they're gonna kill you. That's it, and that's all. But if you believe they're God, they believe that all men are equal. They want equality, actually. So he was thinking like if the whole world were to adopt this religion, then everybody will be, prosperous. Everybody will live peacefully. There will be no war, basically, because all men are created equal. So, there's equality there. That's what he thinks. And then when it comes to Arslan, he thinks that being a slave isn't necessarily a bad thing. If you quietly become a slave, you actually have food and so on and so forth. You'll be living okay, is what he thinks. Though I'm, I mean, slaves are, lower than just even normal humans. I'm just saying, bro. Like, I don't really. His mindset's a little interesting, but that's because he lives in a very wealthy place, and he's led by wealth. He's a prince that's gonna be a king at one point in time. So of course he would have this kind of ideology, thinking that being a slave isn't a bad thing, but it's either slavery or death. So it depends, because I mean, it depends on how the slavery really is. But you're lower than normal humans, so they're gonna, of course, look at you a certain way. So it's just like I don't know, man. But he has his way of thinking, and we have this other way of thinking, and this is gonna clash, I believe, especially later on, because later on at the end of this episode, we see that there's a 3 year time skip. Something's going on with the kingdom because everything's falling apart, and we have a war going on the pars and everything, and it's just getting ridiculous. So he's actually gonna have to be on the front line, actually fighting now. So he's 14 years old. So this is gonna be interesting how he's gonna go about doing this. It seems as though too that the king actually might not be dead, because he's gonna be the king actually. That's the other thing too, because any episode pretty much tells you this. I'm like, what? It's kind of weird, but yeah, he's gonna be the king. So the thing here is though, the king doesn't seem to be dead. The reason why I say this is because at the end of the ending credits, and the song, by the way, is really good. I like the ending credit song. But the ending credits, there's this picture, and it shows that the king's like chained up or locked up somewhere. It doesn't look like he's dead actually. So I think they just captured him and keeping him alive right now, probably making him suffer. So it's quite interesting. By the way, the king be looking like freaking Izumi Curtis's freaking husband. I'm just saying. A lot of these characters look similar to other people. Like one of the dudes look like freaking Kimberly. So again, this is Fullmetal Alchemist artist here. Credit the show. Of course, they're gonna be looking like that. That's her art style. So I like it though. I like it. I can't help it. But it's just funny how her art style would be mimicking other characters. But yeah, so I'm really looking at this clash of ideologies actually going on here. This is one of the things I'm really actually interested in. That's really got me wanting to see more of this. So I look forward to that. I like we're going back in this kind of time, uh, and yeah. So animation when it comes to this, anime, I'll say overall it's good, but there are moments. There's a few moments, not many, but there are a few moments when it comes to that CGI. It would be this disgusting. They're walking, it just or running acting. They just look bad. I don't know what happened, but yeah. Besides that, there's not really that bad of it. Like animation's not that bad. Like overall, it's good. It's not bad at all. The soundtrack, I do like the soundtrack. It's not bad. It fits the series really well actually. Something I probably listen to, especially the ending. I really like that ending song. So I do like that. Yeah, so overall, this is a good showing. I'd recommend you guys should check this out and tell me what you think about it if you haven't watched it yet. But if you have, what do you guys think about this series? Like I said, I'm definitely probably gonna keep following this because I really like this creator's work. I love Fullmetal Alchemist. I love getting Nostalgia. It's in my top 10 and everything. So I'm really hoping that this series can really pull out the stops. deal with these kind of issues that they have in this world, and seeing just, you know, which side, I guess, I mean, I don't know if the side is gonna even win, because I know that these two are gonna end up coming back at one point and seeing each other, so they're gonna be fighting against each other and everything, or they could be working together. I mean, it can go either way. It depends on how they go about this. You know, it's a whole religion, and then you got this kingdom in their way. So I like it. I like it. So yeah, like this video and subscribe when you see some more person reviews from me. See, you guys, Breakmaster, and until then, people, break out.